my anime channel, Gyes. Anyway, today we're going to be watching Mushoku Tensei, episode 15. Last episode we left off with Rudy being incarcerated because he was seen fondling the sacred beast. They thought that he was just doing all kinds of wrong things to it, when in fact he was just, petting it and loving on it. And we find out that the cleaner is actually the one that's behind all the kidnappings of these beast children, selling them to nobles and whatnot. And that he's a North-style saint or something along those lines, a North god saint. Basically, he's a really powerful swordsman like Ghislaine. But I don't think he's necessarily on par with her. He's just really strong. And which is why Rudy, the Sacred Beast, and Geese were able to beat him. Because I don't think the three of them would be able to take on Ghislaine. But they managed to overpower him and stop him from kidnapping any of the other children or from further slaughtering the rest of the villagers in this little town of beast people. We also learned what happened to Rudy and Eris. They were encountered by, the elder and as well as some other beastmen that are warriors. And there was a bit of a spat before things got resolved, and then Rudy went with them to free the remaining children that were being held captive, while Eris watched over the kids, which is kind of funny, thinking of her babysitting. And then we shoot to the end where Eris is talking about how she can't wait to see her grandfather and tell her about, being here with these people. And we see that some really corrupt officials are pinning everything to happen with the mana explosion on her grandfather and immediately beheaded him. Now, from what I've come to understand, he has some blame for that, but they're putting an excessive amount on it, I think. And they're taking the actions well above and beyond what, they probably should have, because I don't think anyone in his position would have been able to have done much at all, if anything. So they took this opportunity to remove him because, again, they're corrupt, and I'm, pretty sure he's not. He was probably in their way to further some kind of end goal that they have. And now that he's out of the picture because they have some poor excuse to behead him and remove him from the situation, that they can move on with whatever it is that they have planned. We are also introduced to Geese, a really energetic guy who is already following Rudy without question. He sees that Rudy's powerful and he's just like, hey boss this, hey boss that. So I find it really humorous and at the same time kind of noble, because the guy is obviously humble enough to know that Rudy's someone who's above him, so follow him. But with that said, let's get on to this episode, see what happens. See where things go within this village. And I'll see you there. Alright everybody, here we go. Yeah, it's pouring cats and dogs out. Wow.
This is so wrong. This is so wrong.
That's unexpected. They sure aren't shy with this kind of animation in this show, that's for sure. Hey, not there, that tickles. Oh, of course, Rudy's watching.
Of course!
The sacred dog. Or a beast. Wait your turn. Well, you see. People watching. Whoa! You lay a finger on her, we're gonna forget all that. We're gonna go old school on you. Alright, some more training. Oh, she's just showboating. Though she is a hard worker, so I guess she deserves a little bit of that, huh? Is Geese in there with them?
Yep.
I guess they didn't forgive Geese even though he helped? That's messed up.
Very.
Also, the fact that the ropes can hold this guy's hands together is kind of, odd.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay, what's the hand movement for?
Ironic.
Of course not.
Uh-oh!
They didn't seem too pleased to hear her name, though. Is something going on? Was she ostracized? No. Okay, so she wasn't ostracized, she just left. Wow, they went from peaceful and happy to mad as shit in an instant over just that.
It's about to go down.
No, Eris ain't having that. Here's her pride welling up. Super strong. Things obviously happen, but I mean, it's been so long, like, wow, these people really know how to hold a grudge, right? At least the same as the Ghislaine this guy knows. I wonder what happened. Because they said she abandoned them, but I've come to find out that Eris' grandfather kind of dabbled in that kidnapping of children too. The Beast children. Perhaps she left to protect Beast children from being taken by the grandfather or something. Oh, so they're even family. Yeah, I could understand. It's kind of like exercise, and exercise sucks. But yeah, like I said, this guy has a real temper problem. Now, is she teaching them her language, or is she learning their language? Because either way, that's pretty uncanny for them to learn that fast. Oh, okay, so she doesn't want to learn it from her dad, she'll learn it from Eris. Who cares as long as she learns? I wonder how long they're going to stay here before they decide to move on. Yes, we told you over and over. It's like it's a joke, right? Tell me it's a joke. It makes you kind of wonder though why she hasn't tried to come back and talk to them. Or if she just like feels like no matter what she does, if she came back, they just would never accept her. Wow, these two are really going ham. So they've been here for a while. Why don't they head out? Why are they staying so long though? What's the purpose of staying so long? Yeah, and that home is in real shambles right now. I don't even know what they're gonna do when they get back. Like, everybody's scattered. Just think of the chessboard that he could make.
This is not okay.
Are they trying to say that the dog is getting aroused by Rudy?
Yoink!
Wow. So that's how you get your friend to stay? Is by trying to beat the crap out of them? I don't think that's a really good way to get her to stay. She hates stubborn people, yet she's being stubborn. How ironic.
Rude.
Kind of sounds like someone with a real attitude problem, throwing tantrums all the time. So she didn't leave. Somebody came and grabbed her because she wouldn't change. So why do they hate her so much? I didn't catch that, but did he say that Eris wouldn't come back ever? Like the odds of her ever coming back are non-existent? I don't know. Maybe. See? Anytime soon. But not never.
Never say never.
Even Rudy knows when it's time to go.
I'm sorry.
Is she crying?
Maybe zoom in. I'm about to start crying.
A far cry from Rudy's creations, but okay. Good enough, I guess. What do we got going on here? Same three frogs. Were they protecting them this whole time? Like, is that why they stayed this long? To make sure that, I guess, nobody came back? Yeah. Might be a while, though. Well, that's an odd request. Oh, hell yeah. All this training with Ruggiero, too. She has got to be better than him.
Are you sure?
Pretty tense standoff. Who's gonna make the first step? Okay. Oh, just one attack? Did his sword break? She get cut? He get cut? What happened? Well, that's nice to hear. No, yeah. Along with me, though, so don't feel too bad. I know they clashed, but something happened we didn't see. Oh, look, everybody's got little Rougier figures. Leaving their mark everywhere they go. Of course we are. Geese!
Hell yeah!
Yes! What, did he break out?
Yes!
Me too. That's what I thought, he broke out. I'm not exactly going to Millis, I'm just going wherever the boss goes. Holy country. Imagine being so powerful, one sword strike created a road for miles. Interesting. I mean, it's not like they would just go walking around declaring themselves to everybody, though. But it would be cool to know where they're at and if they're still alive. Maybe in season 1, that dragon guy we saw, that, you know, this stopped the dragon in its tracks and turned around, is one of them. Alright, everybody, so that was the episode. So we have Eris teaching 2 of the Beast children how to, I guess, essentially speak like her common tongue. And then she teaches another one, I think her name was Tona, to fight because her father, who is actually Ghislaine's older brother, didn't really want to learn how to sword fight at all. But since Eris knows how, and she admires Eris, she decided to learn from her. So they stay in this village for an extended period of time, and I was really confused as to why. But I guess it makes sense that they waited out, you know, a set time to see if, you know, anybody else would come to try to take any more children and just to keep them protected. And after so long, they decided, you know, everything should be good. So we're going to go ahead and go forward and go to this sacred town called Millis, which, if you know anything about, I guess, animes, you'll know that this town is probably run by some kind of pope figure, and they have like a whole lot of like holy knights or clerics running around and whatnot, keeping everybody in check. I could almost surmise that there's probably some kind of corruption within this place as well. So we'll have to wait and see, though, what that looks like, if I am in fact correct. Hopefully we run into somebody at some point within this new place. Like I said, I'm really annoyed that we never had like Roxy interact with Rudy at all in the previous city. So again, I hope that they meet up at some point before this season ends. We also have Geese at the end, who was imprisoned with Cleaner, and I don't know how they're keeping him tied down like that, because like, if at any moment they release any of his restraints, he's incredibly powerful, so I'd assume he'd be able to break out and get away from them. And he's in there with like a few other people, so I don't know. I think they should devise their cells a little better than what they have. And the fact that the fact Geese said he got out shows that Cleaner probably could also get out. And one other thing to touch on is the fact that Ghislaine, you know, she's from this village, and when she was little, she was pretty feral and would always attack people and didn't really want to learn or do anything until some guy came along and took her and raised her up himself. Not too sure who that would be, but seeing how she's with Ghislaine's family, I can only surmise that it's probably Ghislaine's grandfather or somebody else. I noticed that they had a scar, but I can't remember who else has a scar like that. So I'd have to go back and look to see if like her grandfather had one or whatnot. But anyways, but that pretty much sums up this episode. So let me know what you all thought of it, and I will see you all next time.
Da-da-da.